Today we will be playing Jeopardy with Jaden and Paige. Paige, please select the first ALS category.
Okay, effects on neuromuscular system 200.
In the early stages of ALS, what neurons is affected? Where is the neuron located? And what are the common symptoms?
Okay. The motor neurons that are affected are located in the brainstem.
Now let's see what the answer is. Correct! You are now rewarded $200. What category would you like to select now?
Pathophysiology 400.
What is mitochondria dysfunction?
The loss of upper and lower motor neurons.
Jaden, do you have an answer for us?
Damaged mitochondria contribute to energy failure in neurons. This disrupts calcium homeostasis.
Now let's see the answer. Oh, look, you're right. Jaden, what category would you like to select next?
I'm unsure about this one. Maybe I'll do tests and treatments for 300.
Breathing may be difficult for someone with ALS. What are two medical treatments that can assist with breathing for these patients?
What is a BiPAP machine and a positive pressure ventilator?
That's correct. Now let's see the answer.
I think I'm going to stay in the same category, go 400 tests and treatments.
Communication may be difficult for people with ALS. What are some intervention medical treatments that we could assist for communication?
What is occupational therapy?
A speech therapist, as they help assist with communication.
That's correct. We would have also accepted a palatal lift and electronic assistive communication. 400 points rewarded to Paige. Paige, what category would you like to select?
Tests and treatments 100.
Is there a cure for ALS?
No, there's currently no cure, but there's other things that we can do to help treat this disease.
100 points rewarded to Paige. What is the next category you would like to choose, Paige?
Okay, miscellaneous for 300.
Around how many people per year are diagnosed with ALS?
Around 1.9 per 100,000 people are diagnosed with ALS per year.
That's correct, also equating to 58,000 cases per year. 300 points now rewarded to Paige. Paige, what category would you like to choose next?
Effects on neuromuscular system for 500.
What happens in the late stages of ALS?
What is death?
Voluntary muscles become paralyzed, with a vast majority of patients with ALS ending up in wheelchairs.
Correct. 500 points rewarded to Jaden. Jaden, what category would you like to select?
Miscellaneous for 100, please.
What does ALS stand for?
What is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis?
Correct. Rewarded 100 points. What would you like to choose next?
I'll choose tests and treatments for 200, please.
How could a nutritional plan help?
Nutritionists and dietarians can help create meal plans that help manage weight and address swallowing issues.
That's correct. 200 points rewarded to Jaden. What would you like to select next?
Pathophysiology for 100, please.
Motor neuron degeneration.
I really have no clue. I think I'm going to pass this one on to Paige.
What is the loss of upper and lower motor neurons?
These neurons are responsible for stimulating muscle contractions. Paige, what category would you like to select?
I'll do famous people for 200.
What famous physicist suffered from ALS for 50 years?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
What is Stephen Hawking?
That's correct. Jaden, what category would you like to select next?
Do effects on neuromuscular systems for 100, please.
ALS is a neurodegenerative disease that affects what?
What is the nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord are affected?
Correct. Also leading to loss of muscle control, speaking, swallowing.
Effects on neuromuscular system for 300, please.
Nerve cells responsible for what are attacked and how is generally characterized.
Nerve cells responsible for voluntary movement are attacked. This is characterized as upper and lower motor neuron death.
That's correct. Jaden, what category would you like to select next?
Famous people for 100, please.
What famous baseball player suffered from ALS and is the disease also known after this player?
What is Babe Ruth?
Who is Lou Gehrig?
That's correct. Paige, what category would you like to select?
Pathophysiology for 300.
What is protein aggregation?
Misfolded proteins that accumulate in the glial cells and neurons.
Correct. These aggregates can disrupt RNA processing and axonal transports. Paige, what category would you like to select?
Other miscellaneous for 400.
What is the cause of ALS?
Okay. Genetic and environmental factors are believed to contribute to the disease.
That's correct. Paige, what category would you like to select?
Famous people for 400.
What NFL player who contributed to the Saints Super Bowl and in 2010 now have ALS?
Who is Steve Gleason?
That's correct. Paige, what category would you like to select?
Tests and treatments for 500.
What are 4 common types of therapies that are used to help ALS?
Pass.
What is physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, and respiration therapy?
That's correct. Physical therapy helps with physical movement. Occupational therapy helps with daily movement. Speech therapy helps with speaking and swallowing. And respiratory helps with daily breathing. Jaden, what category would you like to select next?
Miscellaneous for 500, please.
What are the 2 forms of ALS and what percentage of cases are each of the forms?
What is genetic ALS, which affects 5 to 10% of the population, and sporadic, which affects 90 to 95% of the population?
That's correct. Jaden, what category would you like to select next?
Miscellaneous for 200, please.
Is ALS more prevalent in men or women?
What is men?
That's correct. The ALS Association believes that men are 20% more likely to develop ALS. Jaden, what category would you like to select next?
Pathophysiology for 200, please.
What is glutamate X toxicity?
ALS patients have impaired glutamate clearance due to dysfunctional astrocytes, which lead to excessive stimulation of neurons.
The overstimulation can cause calcium influx, neural death, and oxidative stress.
Can I have famous people for 300, please?
A singer in the early 70s who suffered from ALS.
What is Frank Sinatra?
Who is Roberta Flack?
That's correct. Paige, what category would you like to select?
Famous people for 500.
What vice president who served under FDR suffered and passed due to ALS?
Who is Henry A. Wallace?
That's correct. Paige, what category would you like to select?
Geology for 500.
What is neuroinflammation?
Activated astrocytes in microglia release inflammatory cytokines.
That's correct. Okay, now this one's for all the marbles. Whoever gets this one right is for... Our last question is effects on neuromuscular systems for 400. As the disease progresses, what are the common symptoms?
What is the loss of coordination, drooling, breathing, and muscle cramps?
And the winner is...
Drum roll, please.
age.